Jai Radha Madhava Jai Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Madhava Gopi Jana Yashodanandana Brajachanaranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Jai Kunja Bihari Yashodanandana Ranchana Yashodanandana Brajachanaranchana Yamunatiravanachari Jai Kunja Bihari Shodanandana Brajachanaranchana Yamunatiravanachari Jai Radha Madhava Jai Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jai Radha Madhava Jai Kunja Janavallabha Girivaradhari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Jaya Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Madan Mohan, Radhe Jaya Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Madan Mohan, Radhe Jaya Jagannatha, Jagannatha, Baladeva Jaya Subhadra Mai, Jaya Jagannatha, Baladeva Subhadra, Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Tai Gaur Hari Bol, Tai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Yoga Dharma Shri Hari Ram Sankirtana ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Samaveta Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswati Vyasam Tato Jayamudire Nashtaprayesha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Ruttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistaki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter number 8, the character of Bharat Maharaj, text number 9. So, this being a prose, I will only read this shloka. Aho matayam harina kunaka kripana ishvara ratacharana paribhramana rayena swagana suhrid bandubhya parivarjitaha sharanam cha mopasadito mam eva mata pitaro bratrir gnatin yotikam chaivo peyaya nanyam kanchana veda mayati vishrabdhas chata eva maya matparanasya poshana palana prinana lalanam anusuyunanusteyam sharanyopeksha dosha vidusha. Word to word meaning, translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki Ahomata, alas, I am this Harina Kunakaha, the deer calf, Kripanaha, helpless, Ishvara Ratacharana, Paribhramana Rayana, by the force of the rotation of the time agent of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, which is compared to the wheel of his chariot. Swagana, own kinsmen, Suhrit, and friends, Bandhubhya, relatives, Parivarjitaha, deprived of, Sharanam, as shelter, Cha, and Ma, may, Upasadita, having obtained, Mam, may, me, Eva, alone, Mata Pitarao, father and mother, Bratar Gnatin, brothers and kinsmen, Yotikan, belonging to the herd, Cha, also, Eva, certainly, Upeyaya, having gotten, Na, not, Anyam, anyone else, Kanchana, some person, Veda, it knows, Mai, in me, Ati, very great, Vishrabdha, having faith, Sha, and Ata eva, therefore, Maya, by me, Matparayanasya, of one who is so dependent upon me, Poshana Palana Prinana Lalanam, raising, maintaining, petting, and protecting, Anusuyuna, who am without any grudge, Anusteyam, to be executed, Sharanya, the one who has taken shelter, Upeksha, of neglecting, Dosha Vidusha, who knows the fault. Translation: the great king Maharaj Bharat began to think, alas, this helpless young deer, by the force of time, an agent of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, has now lost its relatives and friends and has taken shelter of me. It does not know anyone but me, as I have become its father, mother, brother, and relatives. This deer is thinking in this way, and it has full faith in me. It does not know anyone but me. Therefore, I should not be envious and think that for the deer my own welfare will be destroyed. I should certainly raise, protect, gratify, and fondle it. When it has taken shelter with me, how can I neglect it? Even though the deer is disturbing my spiritual life, I realize that a helpless person who has taken shelter cannot be neglected. That would be a great fault. Purport. When a person is advanced in spiritual consciousness or Krishna consciousness, he naturally becomes very sympathetic towards all living entities suffering in the material world. Naturally, such an advanced person thinks of suffering of the people in general. However, if one does not know of the material sufferings of fallen souls and becomes sympathetic because of bodily comforts, as in the case of Bharat Maharaj, such sympathy or compassion is the cause of one's downfall. Jai Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan, Shri Shri Jagannath Valle Subhadramai, Shri Shri Gauratai Ki Jai. If one is actually sympathetic to fallen, suffering humanity, he should try to elevate people from material consciousness to spiritual consciousness. As far as the deer was concerned, Maharaj Bharat became very sympathetic, but he forgot that it was impossible for him to elevate a deer to spiritual consciousness because, after all, a deer is but an animal. It was very dangerous for Bharat Maharaj to sacrifice all his regulative principles simply to take care of an animal. The principles enunciated in Bhagavad Gita should be followed. Yamhina vetayanti ete purusham purusharshabha. As far as the material body is concerned, we cannot do anything for anyone. However, by the grace of Krishna, one may raise a person to spiritual consciousness if we ourselves follow the rules and regulations. If we give up our own spiritual activities and simply become concerned with the bodily comforts of others, we will fall into dangerous position. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gnananshana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Mena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Mena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrachatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parishana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamsha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyata Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gaurasve Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhano Sute Devi Pranamami Hare Priye Vancha Kalpa Tarumbhesha Kripa Sindhu Bhevacha पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुलंघयते गिरिं Yat-kripah tamaham vande Shri Gurun Dinatarinam. Hare Krishna. So I seek the blessings of all the assembled Vaishnavas so that I can speak on this verse for the glorification of Lord and His devotees and my own purification of heart. So it's a very important section in the Srimad Bhagavatam, teaching very valuable lessons for all the sadhakas, practicing devotees. So here we see the character of Bharat Maharaj, the eldest son of Lord Rishabdev. So he was chosen to be the king. He ruled this earth for many, many years. And finally, here in this section, we see that how he renounced everything. He was not an ordinary person. He was on the platform of Bhava, as we hear, meditating on Lord Surya Narayan. He was in great ecstasy, exhibiting symptoms of Bhava. So, such a personality who was in such a exalted, who is in such a exalted position. So, how even such a personality can, come down in his spiritual consciousness to material consciousness, we can see in this particular section. So, Srimad Bhagavatam teaches us through various devotees. So, here specifically through Maharaj Bharat, Srimad Bhagavatam Sukadeva Goswami, they are trying to teach very valuable lessons. How we should be very, very cautious while dealing with various services or things in this world. So, here we see Maharaj Bharat, when he came across that mother deer, when she heard the loud voice of the lion, she ran from there, and she had miscarriage, and she gave birth to this child, baby deer, and she died. So when this baby deer fell in the waters, so as Prabhupada is mentioning here, uh, devotees naturally become very sympathetic towards all living entities. So it's not wrong to be sympathetic towards suffering living entities. Prabhupada is mentioning. So Bharat Maharaj helping that deer to come out from that water and giving shelter was not wrong. But what is wrong is becoming attached to the deer and taking care of the deer. And Prabhupada is mentioning that he could not raise the deer's consciousness from material consciousness to spiritual consciousness. So, this is a very important aspect, especially when we want to serve someone. So, whether we are able to raise them elevate them from material consciousness to spiritual consciousness. So, when Prabhupada was in Pune, so he met one most influential industrialist there, Banerjee, his name, I forgot his name, Malhotra. So this Malhotra had a question to Prabhupada, that Prabhupada, we hear that Manav Seva is Madhav Seva. Why don't Iskcon just distribute food? Why to distribute this knowledge, spiritual knowledge, all these activities? Why not just serve the humanity by distributing food like that? So Prabhupada gave a very nice explanation. He told a story to this Malhotra, that he said, suppose Birla and his son, they both come for marketing, means they come to some market. So both father and son. So in the market, because there is so much of crowd, if the son is lost, Birla's son is lost, so now there could be three kinds of people who may meet this child. So the first person, he may just neglect the child because he is not interested in helping people. So the second person wants to help people. So he saw the child crying. So he gave him some biscuits and food, and then he tried to pacify him. And the third person, he gave him, actually he asked him, who are you? Who is your father? What do you do? And then he understood that he is Birla's son. So he took him back to his father. So Prabhupada asked that out of these three, who is the best? Huh? So who is the best out of these three? Third one, basically. Somebody may say, but second also is good only, no? He is good but not best. Because the son or any child will be happy always with the parents. And if he is with the parents, then the parents will provide everything required for the child. Right? Not only food, but also they will give him love and care, which the body is hankering for food, but the mind and the soul is hankering for love. That cannot be given by normal people, right? So the child will be completely happy when he is with the parents. So Prabhupada said, similarly in this world, people are trying to help people on a bodily level by giving some food, clothing, books. So that is good, but then that will not completely satisfy them, right? But if you actually provide complete care for the body, mind and soul by connecting them to Krishna. So Krishna consciousness or in Iskcon, we not only just care for the body, but we also care for the mind and the soul. The soul needs devotional activities, mind needs proper relationships, devotional relationships. So that is provided by the association of devotees. And the body needs food which comes from prasadam. So that gives complete satisfaction for any person. So that way a living entity can be happy forever. Now normal people, they may provide food or clothing or books, but for how long? Right? Either the giving person will die or the taking person will die one day. Correct? So how long can they provide? Right? And how much they can provide? And also sometimes there could be false ego that I am providing that, and one may become proud about it. Ultimately it is Krishna who is providing everything. Correct? So devotees also, when they actually share with people, that the consciousness is that Krishna has given me this, I would like to share this. Whatever basic required for my requirements, I will keep, and remaining I will share with the world. Like when Mrigari met Narada Muni, Narada Muni told him, you break that bow. Mrigari said, if I break, how will I get food? So Narada Muni said, don't worry, Krishna will provide. You just keep chanting and Krishna will provide whatever is required. And he said, whatever excess you get, you also distribute it. So Murgari thought, will I get excess also? Yeah, but most amazing thing is when he started chanting, all the villagers were shocked that how such a cruel person got transformed. So they were giving so many grains, so many fruits and vegetables. He had more than what he needed. So he was also distributing. So the point is, Prabhupada said that we should not just give people for their bodily comforts. That is required. Like Prabhupada was in New Vrindavan and he was giving class, and he saw that it was very cold and some devotees were shivering. So he called the temple president and said, why there are no warm clothes for the devotees? So it's not that devotees are hard-hearted and they are not concerned. So they are also concerned for the body, because body is a medium or a vehicle which can be used in Krishna service. So we also should care for the body, but that is not sufficient. We should care for the body, for the mind and the soul. Like driver and car, we need to provide facilities for both. So then there is complete satisfaction. So we see that how Maya is very, very strong. From this section we can understand that how Maya is so strong that even a very elevated personality, if he is not careful, he can fall down. There are many stories in our scriptures. So in the Sri Sampradaya, we hear about one particular Alvar. So he was doing service of gardening, plucking flowers and making garlands and offering for the pleasure of Lord. So he was known as a very great devotee. So uh, there were two sisters. So once they had a debate that seeing this personality, he is such a great devotee. I forgot his name, but anybody remembers? But anyway, so one sister said that, see, he is such a great devotee of Lord. The other sister said, no, uh, uh, no. She said that actually, uh, I'll make sure that this person will fall. They had kind of a what you call argument. So then the sister who said like that, so she went to that devotee and she started saying that I want to assist you in the service. So he thought, okay, you want to assist? Okay. So he said, you can also start helping me in plucking the flowers. So slowly she started helping him. So, but over a period of time, because they were alone in the service, so he became attached to her and he got distracted so much that he actually gave up the service of the Lord also. And the others, that sister said, see, he got distracted. I challenge you. So then, but the Lord was pained, saying that, oh, my dear devotee has left my service. So one day, Lord is Rajbhog golden plate, which is generally offered, the bhoga is offered in that plate. So that plate Lord stole and kept it in the house of that devotee. So then when the pujari complained that this plate is lost, then the soldiers started searching on behalf of the king and they found that it was in the house of this particular devotee. So they put him in jail for that. So then, when this devotee started suffering in the jail, he started repenting and then he realizes his mistake, how he got distracted. So, this is one story Radhesham was telling, that how Maya is very strong. Although he was a very exalted devotee, but how through the medium of service he got distracted. Just like here, the deer, he was trying to engage in the service of the deer, he was trying to help, but then slowly, uh, he got distracted. So there is another famous story of Vyasadev and his disciple Jaimini. Very interesting story. So once they were discussing this verse, Matra swastra duhitrava na viviktasano bhavet balavan indiya gramo vidvamsapi karshati. That you should not sit on the same bench even with your mother, sister, daughter. Jaimini said, why? Why we should be so much worried? Vyasadeva said, no, Maya is very strong. It is very dangerous. Jaimini said, no, this is wrong. I think you should not be so much worried about Maya. So once Vyasadeva said, I am going on a tour for some days. So Vyasadeva went on a tour. So Jaimini was alone in the Gurukul. So one day in the night there was heavy rain. So then in the late in the evening there was a knock on the door. So he thought, who is knocking now late in the night? So when he opened the door, actually there was one very young girl completely drained in the rain. So when Jaimini saw, he said, what do you want? She said, I am completely helpless. I have no shelter here. I got lost in the rain. Please help me. So he said, okay, there is a room beside. You can please go and stay there. So then he said to her that even if I come, don't open the door. It is dangerous. So Then that lady went there in the other room. But because Jaimini Rishi saw her in that condition, later when she went away, he was actually attracted by her because he saw her in that condition. And then Jaimini Rishi actually goes and starts knocking the door. So then that time she says, "Sorry, you only said we should not open." Then he says, "No, no, 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 you can open." So then she doesn't open the door. But Jaimini Rishi goes up to the roof, opens the what I call roof, and jumps down to meet her. So then he says, "Oh, you are so beautiful. I am attracted by you." So then she says, "Okay, uh, but before marrying me, uh, you need to do one thing." He said, "Yeah, I am ready to do anything." So she said, "You should become my horse. I will sit on your back." He said, "What is this special request?" Unique, unique request. So then then he agreed. And then Jaimini Rishi became a horse and she sat on his back. So after some steps, then that lady started saying, what she said, "Hey Vatsa." Oh my dear disciple. Suddenly how this lady's voice became gent's voice. He was shocked. I heard this voice somewhere. It appears. Then to his shock, he saw Vyasdev himself sitting on the back of Jaimini Rishi. So Jaimini Rishi was completely shocked. So then Vyasdev said, "What did you say?" Few days back, you said that Maya is no, not very strong or something like that. So Vyasdev wanted to teach personally lesson to Jaimini Rishi that how one should be very, very careful. Because Maya is actually, as we hear, His Holiness Radhan Maharaj was telling in one lecture, that Maya works 24 hours. We may be serving only for 8 hours, right, or whatever little bit. But Maya is serving 24 hours. She is alert at every second. The moment we forget Krishna, Krishna Buliya Jeev, Bhoga Vanchakare, Jhapatiya Maya. Immediately Maya captures. The moment you forget Krishna, that itself means you have fallen. Immediately Maya captures. So the moment we don't take shelter of Krishna, that means we are in Maya. It's not that if you watch something bad on mobile or if you eat something wrong, then only we are in Maya. Right? Point is, the moment you don't take shelter of Krishna, we are in Maya. So, but Maya enters like needle, comes out like a flow. Very nice story is there of Sheikh and the camel. So once the Sheikh was there in a tent and there was his camel staying outside the tent. So it was very cold. So in the night the camel requested, "Sheikh, can you please give little space in the tent for my body? Little, it's very cold here." The Sheikh thought, okay, poor camel, no, it is suffering in the cold winter. Said, okay, come inside. Then after some time it again requested, "No, it's even more cold." So like that, slowly, the camel kicked the Sheikh out of the tent and the Sheikh was shaking in the cold. So then he thought, "Arey, I am supposed to be in the tent and the camel is actually in the tent, I am outside." So this is how Maya attacks. Enters like needle. Needle means hardly any small space, but comes out like a plow means very big. So one should be very, very careful while dealing with Maya. There is many stories like that mentioned in our scriptures and even real life incidents. We don't have so much time to discuss all that, but um, here Prabhupada is specifically mentioning that how one should not show uh, just material compassion. One should transform them to spiritual compassion. So even in spiritual activities also, when we do some preaching, so actually we should also check whether people are changing from material consciousness to spiritual consciousness. So sometimes proper disciples say that if you only distribute prasadam without teaching them Krishna consciousness or giving them holy name, then it also can become only material. In the sense, obviously, while taking prasadam, they may change slowly over a period of time. But it is also important for them to understand the value of what they are getting. Because until they know the value, they will not be grateful and no, take it with gratitude, right? So, uh, so in the coming to some solutions part, how we can be careful while dealing with Maya. So, in the fifth canto only, the sixth chapter, activities of Lord Rishabdev, this very important section comes, how we should be careful while dealing with Maya. So, actually, Maya attacks externally and Maya attacks internally also. Maya attacks externally through various people or things, and Maya attacks internally through the mind. But more dangerous is, more than the external sense objects, more dangerous is your mind. Because even the external sense objects, okay, it depends on how you see it through your mind, right? If your mind is situated in proper consciousness, even the external sense objects you will see in a Krishna conscious way. So the most dangerous thing is your mind, not just the external sense objects. Many times devotees, yeah, that is important that we should be careful with the external sense objects. That is true. We cannot be careless. But at the same time, you should understand that it is our mind which is perceiving it as sense object, meant for my enjoyment, right? So, in the third verse, it is being mentioned here. All the learned scholars have given their opinion. The mind is by nature very restless, and one should not make friends with it. If we place full confidence in the mind, it may cheat us at any moment. Even Lord Shiva became agitated upon seeing the Mohini form of Lord Krishna. And Saubhari Muni also fell down from the mature stage of yogic perfection. Okay, so here problem with us is we think mind is our friend, but actually it is our worst enemy when it is not controlled. So we should never think that I am so advanced now that my mind is my friend, right? So as long as we don't follow Guru Sadhu Shastra as it is in every situation, we should understand that we are not, our mind is not controlled. Most of the times we get distracted from Guru Sadhu Shastra, whether it is sadhana or seva, because we don't do in their terms, we do in our terms. Problem is, we do every service in our terms, whether sadhana or seva, what I like. So if you say what I like, I'll do the way I like, that means you are following mind, simple. Because devotees should not be concerned about what I like. They should be concerned about what Krishna and Guru likes. Now while chanting Hare Krishna, so somebody may say, I like watching mobile messages. I like staring at the sky, staring who is coming, who is going. I like to chant like that. Yeah, that is how your mind is cheating. But what Guru is telling is not that. Guru is telling you should be completely absorbed, taking shelter of him while chanting the holy names, right? So a devotee should be very cautious while rendering even devotional activities, while doing devotional activities, whether I am doing as per Guru Sadhu Shastra or am I doing as per my liking. So initially, yeah, we may be doing what we like, but as we grow in devotional service, so we should regularly think of this. So next verse is saying, as an unchaste woman is very easily carried away by paramours, and it sometimes happens that her husband is violently killed by her paramours. If the yogi gives his mind a chance and does not restrain it, his mind will give facility to enemies like lust, anger, and greed, and they will doubtlessly kill the yogi. So here the analogy is given of unchaste woman. So mind is compared to unchaste woman, because we are unchaste, because we are all actually Prakriti. We are meant to serve Krishna. We are meant to give Krishna enjoyment, but we are trying to give our own senses enjoyment. So that's why we are also unchaste to Krishna. So our mind is unchaste. So we should not allow the mind to get distracted by this eternal enemies like lust, greed, which distract us. So a sadhaka should be very, very alert. Where is my mind? Because you are where your mind is. One may be physically in the temple, and one may think that I am Krishna conscious. No. Because just you are physically in the temple doesn't mean you are Krishna conscious. Because your mind may not be in temple. Actually, when we say mandir, right, that means the mind should be in the temple, placed at the lotus feet of the Lord. Then it will become peaceful, right? But if your mind is somewhere else, wherever it is attached to, so then actually you are not there in the mandir, in the temple, right? So that's why the mind should be placed always at the shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord. And then he's saying the mind is the root cause of lust, anger, pride, greed, lamentation, fear, illusion. Combined, these constitute bondage to fruitive activity. What learned man would put faith in the mind? So we should never put faith in mind. So, but unfortunately, we put so much faith in this rascal mind, which is our worst enemy, uncontrolled mind, as Krishna also mentions, right? So, but unfortunately, we believe in this mind. We have been trusting this mind from so many lifetimes. So we should give up our faith in this uncontrolled mind and put faith in Krishna, Guru, and Shastras. So Prabhupada was saying in one lecture, I was just hearing, that anyway, if you give up service to Krishna, you are becoming servant of your mind senses. Godas. Right? Das will go away. Right? So better you become servant of Krishna. Because by becoming Godas, you will anyway suffer. Life after life you are suffering already. Why don't you this one life at least give to Krishna and see? And Krishna will take care. So like this one of the solution, like here Bharat Maharaj also should have faith that initially okay he saved the deer. Later he should have given the deer back to a group herd of deers. That Krishna will take care. All other deers in the forest, who is taking care? Prabhupada used to say there were 40, in the African forest, there are huge elephants. Every day they eat 40 cages. So who is providing that? Krishna is providing. So if Krishna is providing for so many deers, so will he not provide for this baby deer? Definitely he will provide. So one should have faith and leave it with the other deers. That's what he should have done. But instead he thought, oh, if I don't protect, if I don't feed, it will die or somebody else will finish it. So that is false compassion. So that false compassion should be given up. True compassion is required. True compassion means giving Krishna consciousness, elevating them to Krishna consciousness. So similarly, another solution is to always stay in the association of devotees. So in one lecture, I was hearing that if Bharat Maharaj was in the association, because in the forest he was alone, right? So if he was in the association, then other devotees would say, Bharat Prabhu, I think you are in Maya. Why are you becoming attached? You left the whole kingdom. Such a big kingdom, wife, children, so many soldiers. You left such a huge, just as one leaves stool, it's mentioned. So just like that, you have left it without any attachment. But after so much renunciation, you are attached to this small deer. This deer has become very dear to you. So give up this. So they would have corrected him and he could have come back to proper devotional activities, because it is mentioned that he gave up his devotional activities slowly. He was completely absorbed in taking care of the deer only, right? So that association will protect. So His Holiness Allah Maharaj was telling that in the forest, this wild buffaloes, when they sleep, they will all sleep in a circle facing horns outside, because if some lion or tiger will attack, together they will attack the lion. So no lion or tiger will dare come there, because they know that they are all together, and if they try to eat them, they will all together kill me. So, but if they stay alone, then there could be chance of getting killed by the lion. So similarly, Maya is very strong. As we say, united we stand, divided we fall. Prabhupada gave that story of sticks. If a stick is single, easily you can break it. But if it is combined, you cannot break it. So association of devotees plays a very major role. Because in Bhagavatam we see all the fall downs are because of lack of association. Bharat Maharaj, Sri Ayati, he fell, Devayani, he was alone when he tried to help her. Right? He was alone that time. Then you see Saubari Muni, he was also alone. Right? Vishwamitra, he was alone. So in all, you see, in Bhagavatam, Pururava, he was alone. So in all these pastimes, one important lesson Lord is teaching, that if you want to be protected, you should stay in the association of devotees. That's why Prabhupada said that if anybody thinks that one can practice Krishna consciousness alone without association of devotees, Prabhupada said he is insane. Insane means mad. Somebody says, why Prabhupada is so strong? Because Prabhupada knows that in Kali Yuga, it is very difficult. What to speak of Kali Yuga? Even in the Treta, Satyuga only, great sages fell down because of no association. What to speak of Kali Yuga, where Maya is all pervading, right? Both externally, internally, everywhere it is there. Just like Krishna, material energy is everywhere, right? So Maya can attack through so many ways and means. So one should never think that I am so advanced, I am senior, that I don't need any association, I am strong, nothing will happen to me. So these are signs of pride. So pride comes before a fall, as it is mentioned. So one should safeguard oneself against this false pride, that I am very advanced and I don't need association. So that begins our fall down. So these are some solutions how we can actually safeguard ourselves. And most important solution is chanting the holy names. We should understand that Maya is attacking us the most while we chant, with all her power, more than any other time of the day. Because as Prabhupada said, you are always in Maya, sometimes Krishna conscious. So that sometime is mainly chanting. Because that is the time we are trying to take shelter of Krishna directly. That is the time where we can become Krishna conscious. But Maya knows that if this person gets completely absorbed in this, then this today he may be quite Krishna conscious. He may avoid me. So that's why Maya also attacks with all the force. That's why we see that devotees, normally they may not sleep. But the moment they start chanting Hare Krishna, and also normally mind may not so much go around, but the moment they keep hand in the bead bag, uh, mala is rotating, mind is also rotating. So we may be surprised that why suddenly all this changes, right? Because we should understand that Maya is attacking with full force. So we should be very, very alert. We should pray to Krishna, pray to Haridas Thakur, pray to Prabhupada to save us from these clutches of Maya. So Prabhupada mentioned the only way to save ourselves from Maya, Daivi hi esha guramai mama maya durattaya. Very difficult, durattaya. Mamevaye prapadyante maya metam tarant. So it's very, very difficult, this illusory energy. So I'll end with this story. So Radhesham was telling, one person went to his friend's house and they opened the gate. Suddenly a bulldog, very huge in size, started running towards him with great anger. So this person got shocked. What is this big bulldog going to attack me? Then he remembered his friend and called, Ramesh, please protect me. Your dog is attacking. So immediately Ramesh came and said, Tommy, stop. So immediately the dog stopped. So similarly, Radheshamra is telling that Maya is like that bulldog, very powerful. You cannot handle. But Krishna is like our friend, our best friend, Suhrit. So whenever Maya is attacking, immediately call Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Krishna, you are my best friend. Please protect me. You are my only hope. That is a fact. You are my only shelter. So if we call out, if we call out to Krishna helplessly, then Krishna will surely protect us. So that is our only hope. So we are in this material world. You should understand this is Maya's kingdom, right? But at the same time, a devotee sees everything in relation with Krishna. Even though there is material energy, he understands this is all Krishna's. So let me engage all this in Krishna service under the direction of Lord and devotees. Because sometimes Yukta Vairagya is also misutilized. Radhesham Prabhu says, for Yukta Vairagya, you should also have Vairagya. You cannot apply this principle without Vairagya, because sometimes in the name of Yukta Vairagya, one may become attached to the object of service also. So these are some valuable lessons from Bharat Maharaj section. Actually, the Lord teaches us through his great devotees, just like Prabhupada said, the mother-in-law teaches the newly wedded daughter-in-law through her daughter. So Lord is teaching us through these great devotees actually, so that we can be alert in our Krishna consciousness and safeguard ourselves from Maya by continuously taking shelter of Krishna. So I request all the devotees to also pray for me so that I can always take shelter of Lord and understand the power of Maya and helplessly take shelter of Lord. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Samveta Gaura Bhakta Vanda ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Hari Hari Bol.